Good day, good evening, my dear friends. Well, today we're going to do a well-known song. It's been covered by lots of other people, but they never get the strum right. So hopefully this lesson will help you play this classic tune. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. About now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. You know the song. It's Wonderwall. It's a great song, a great song. Why haven't I done it before? Well, everyone else has done it, but there's always a problem I notice with for a lot of people trying to learn it. They always cock the strumming up, and that's what this lesson is all about. Because the chords in it are very, very simple. Most great songs, as you heard me saying before, are relatively simple structurally, as in the chords, and this one is no exception. So if you want to give it a go, it's really good for strumming this, by the way. So it's an excellent lesson, even if you're not into this particular song. I know hundreds and thousands of you will be. But even those that aren't, this is a really important strumming lesson, okay? So I strongly recommend you give it a go. So first of all, download your idiot-proof stuff. Now, chord-wise, there's only one, okay? Because we're going to spend some time on the strum, which is the bit that everybody messes up. And then I've compiled, I would like to do these things myself so the chords fit over the words. Because a lot of beginners struggle, you know, and a lot of books, they don't show you, you know, where the lyric starts and all that sort of stuff. So the whole song is mapped out clearly for you here, okay? Lyrics, chords and all that stuff. So, should we give it a go? Now, while you're downloading your free idiot-proof paperwork, which you will find by clicking the blue link below this video. Now, if you don't see it straight away, there's a more button, because sometimes the preamble, you know, you don't see the link gets lost. Just click the more button and you'll find it. It's a blue link, it's like a googly link. Before I go any further, as always, I would like to thank my good friends on Patreon for helping bring all this free content to you all. Also, those people that kindly donate to my tea and coffee fund. If you want to donate to that, there's a little $sign at the bottom of this vid. Or just do a thumbs up, circulate it, because that's really important. It gets the videos out to everybody else. So thank you for all those people that support the channel in whichever way you can, all right? Okay, so what is it about Wonderwall that makes it complicated? Well, let's go back to, let's assume you're a beginner, okay? Or you're just listening to it for the first time. And we all do this, even the seasoned players out there like me, we know we'll have all done it. When you listen to Wonderwall, the first thing you'll hear is the guitar going, now I'm gonna, don't laugh, it goes dum, dum, da-dee-ga-dum, dum, ga-dee-ga-dum, dum, da-ba-ba-ba-da-ga-da-ga-dum, dum, ga-dee-ga-dum, dum, ga-dee-ga-dum, dum, da-ba-ba-ga-da-ga-da-ga. Okay, now that's the way guitar players that don't read music, that's the way we think, all right? We think in rhythm, all right? Bum, dum, ga-da-ga-dum, dum, ga-da-ga-dum, dum, da-ba-ba-ga-da-ga-da-ga-da. Okay, now when you first start playing, you'll say, well, I know the chords, and you'll have that little thing in your head, and you'll do this. Or something along those lines, all right? But really, what you should be doing, and this is the important thing, and you watch Mr. Gallagher when he's playing it, or any player, you'll notice that what they're actually doing is this. The hand is always moving, so in this instance you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and they're your bars. So the first thing you do is you get that rhythm. Don't worry about the chords for a minute. Now imagine you've got a volume, say 1 to 10. That underlying basic rhythm should be around 4, okay? Which gives you a little bit of headroom, say the other 6. To give it that, you know, those bits that we want to hear, the bits that we want to highlight the most, okay? So think of it like I always think of it like a drawing, you know, if you want to give it a 3-dimensional look, you put light and shade in it. Well, you do the same with sound, called dynamics, all right? So there's our basic rhythm. Now, going back to my little chant. Bam, bam, da-da-ka-dum, dum, da-da-ka-dum, dum, da-ba-ba-ba-da-ka-da-ka-ba. I'll do it slowly. Ba, ba, da-da-ga-da, da, da-da-ga-da, da, da-ga, ga, ba, 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 ba. Okay? Now I'm doing that with the strings muted so you can hear the difference between the quieter parts of the strum and the highlighted bits. Now when you look at your paperwork, there's only one, I've only bothered putting one, wrong word, you only need one page. I've just done this, okay. Now you'll notice they're the chords that we're going to play. They're all very simple, and they are simple. But you'll notice here, you'll say, oh Christ, what's all this stuff here? Well, what you're seeing is arrows pointing. You'll see that, you know, the beats of the bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what, etc. And you'll see that some of the arrows are very light, and they're the ones that we're looking at, say 4 out of 10, and the other ones that are a bit heavier or darker, they're the ones that we'll put in about 7 or 8, okay? But the hand movement, the arrows are always going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the key. So, with that in mind, let's have a look at our chord shapes, all right? Now, you're going to play an E minor 7. Not ordinarily, we'd play an E minor 7th like this, or like that. Now, this E minor 7th is played. First time I saw this played was Dave Gilmour when he did, whatever it was. Did I Wish You Were Here? Okay, and I think probably Noel Gallagher was there as well, and he's taken the same sort of, well, the same chord progression really, and written this beautiful song. Okay, and we all do that. Chords aren't copyright. We all write songs with the same chords. So we've got an E minor. We're going to play it like this. 1 and 2. The diagram will show you exactly how to do it with the finger numbers as well. But the most important thing is to remember the finger 3 will always play the second string at the 3rd fret in this song, and finger 4 will always play the 1st string at the 3rd fret. Okay, they're nailed. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay where they are throughout the whole song. All right? Throughout the whole song. And with these 2 fingers, we will play our E minor shape. Okay, that's our first shape. Now our second shape, we're going to play a G by taking this second finger and just placing it on the bass string at the 3rd fret. All the other fingers remain. So we've got our E minor 7, or G. After that, we're going to play a D sus4 by taking our first finger. Remember, these do not move. This first finger will come down to your 3rd string and will come down again. Now you can get away with playing the 5th string on this, but do not play the open 6th. It sounds crap. Okay, always remember that. Whenever you're playing a D anything, you must mute that string. All right? Or in some occasions you'll thumb it at the 2nd fret, but not this one. It's muted, all right? And then finally, again, you can see these fingers are still nailed down. The A7 sus4, fancy name for doing this. This finger will move up to the 4th string, and your second finger will now sit underneath. Alright, and we'll come down from the 5th string. It's always good to keep this bass string muted because it's an A bass chord, it's an A chord, so we don't want to overpower it with an E bass note. And then from there we move straight back to our E minor 7, G, D sus4, A7 sus4. All right. Now, let's start putting a bit of strum into that. We'll just keep the bars nice and simple for now. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. I'm not applying any extra pressure on certain beats at this stage. I'm just giving this left hand and right hand a chance to get working. All right. Because this is what, if you're new to guitar, as many of you are, this is what you need to do. And then we'll put all the little embellishments on in a minute. Okay, so one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. All right. Now when we've got those, that's the basis of the verses. The other chords that we're going to play in this song, there's only one other chord in it. It's a C add 9. And the C add 9 is a fancy name for saying, instead of playing you imagine you've got your G there, just take those 2 fingers and you'll put them on the 4 and the 5. Again, the 6th string will be muted. We'll get into where they sit in the song in a minute, okay? So, just to be absolutely clear, we've got our E minor 7, our G, our D sus4, all simple shapes, our A7 sus4, and then our C major 7 is here, and that'll become more apparent. We'll use that a lot more when we get to the middle section and the chorus, all right? But there were no other chords in it. A couple of embellishments, but that's it. Now, I was showing you what makes this song clever and, you know, rhythmically, is that Noel Gallagher, when he wrote this song, he didn't just have every chord playing 1 bar, as in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to the G, as I demonstrated before when we were just putting it together. What he's doing is, if you have a close look at the first shape, you will notice that it says 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So we've got the first beat and a half of the next bar still on the G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You get the idea? So 1 and 2 and here we are. Now that's the key. This is the key bit that everybody messes up. Where are we? I can't see it. I'm looking at the wrong way around, aren't I? For Christ's sake. Here we are. So you'll see the heavy arrows indicate when I want you to strike the strings a bit harder. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I sound really daft saying this, you know. Okay, so let's put it to the test. So look at your paperwork while we're doing this, either on the thing or on your screen or whatever you're watching on, or papered, or if you've printed it out. And slowly. We're not trying to perform it yet, folks. We're learning the damn thing, all right? Never try to just jump in quickly and start doing stuff. Take your time, all right? And think about what it is your brain is trying to tell your hands to do, all right? Because if it's not up here, there's no way your hands are going to know what to do. All right, it's important, okay? So I know it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised. Even people like me, we think we know something. We run off doing it, and we've realised later on that we've cocked it up. So let's not let that happen with this one. Let's look at the first part of it on the E minor 7th. I'm going to play the heavier notes now. I know they're heavier because if you look at the arrows that you're looking at, you'll see that they're darker than the other one. So we know that's where we're going to hit it a bit harder. So very slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. See the way I was on the and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Alright? E minor, I'll do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now you can do it like that, and once you've got the hang of that, then you will start getting the little tune in your head. Bum, 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 bum. And you'll sort of think, when it goes dum dum, that's when I'll change. Dum, dum, ba-dum, bum. That's where you'll change. Dum, dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. So it's clever the way he's done it. And he does it because it tends to follow the way when he starts to sing the song, the way the words fall. You'll notice that he wasn't consciously thinking, "Oh, I think I'll make this awkward." He's just played it that way to fit with this track. All right. And of course, you'll get to similarly when you get to this part of the song, which is the latter part of the verse. I'll show you what I mean. When it goes to the C at 9, you've got today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And similarly, when you get to the C at 9, you will do exactly the same thing from a technical point of view as you did up here. If it shows the arrow dark on those beats, we'll play them louder. So I'll do the C add 9 bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Oh, where are we? Sorry, I didn't see that. We'll do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Now if you play it a little bit different and your weight falls on a slightly different arrow, don't worry. Don't forget, when we listen to him playing it on the record, we're listening to the moment in time, the only time when he played it that way. But that's the one that the millions of people around the world know. So we have to get it as near to that as possible. But you're watching him play it live, he'll be playing it without a capo. Now, just to be clear, he capos it on the record at fret 2. So I've put capo 2 there. Why haven't I got it at fret 2? Because I can't sing that high. And I would make a complete fool of myself if I tried. Okay? But when Noel does it, you'll see that he plays it without a capo sometimes. Sometimes he'll have it at fret 1. Depends how what his voice is like. If you're a female singer and you want to do this, or you just happen to have a high voice, you'll put your capo further up the neck. Play exactly the same stuff. All right? So, rhythmically, we've covered how this rhythm goes. So now we come to the layout of the song. All right? So everything is here. And with everything that I've said in mind, the most important thing you need to do is really concentrate on this page. This is the thing that will make or break the track. The rest of it is dead easy. All right? So let's have a look at some of the rest of the song. We've covered the intro. Now the intro is also forms part of the verse. Okay? So it does that 4 times. And then you'll go into your verse. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. When he says now, that's where you go to your sad now. Now. 8, 7. I'll do that again, the C add 9. C add 9. D7, sorry, D sus 4, and again, C add 9, D sus 4, A7 sus 4. See that there? There we are, you can't go wrong, all right? What happens then? It does exactly the same. But this time it doesn't do the C add 9 at the end of the verse, and there's a reason for that, and I'll explain in a minute. Back deep, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. Well, I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And so he doesn't do it at the end, at the end of verse 2, because he's going to go into a C add 9 to start the middle of the song, which you will find on page 3. All right? Okay, so what's happening is here. C add 9, which is like the G, but here. And all the road. Now just don't worry, once you've got that strumming pattern roughly in your head, just follow the lyric and you'll find that it'll fall into place. Make sure though, the most number 1 rule, your hand never ever stops moving. Ever. All right? Except for one place, which I'll show you in a minute. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. Where's it go? I can't see it. I'll do that again. C add 9, D sus 4, A7 sus 4. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. And all the lights that lead you there are winding, blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you. Now, there's a little embellishment here which I would like you to play. When it says like to say to you, he's on his G. And I want you to split this bar. I want you to do this. There's your G. On the word say, I want you to take this finger and put it on your F sharp bass there. Okay? Like to say to... Now, mute the 5th string when you do that. You don't... It's not a disaster if you don't, but it's nice if you do. Like to say to you. Okay? So, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then on you, you've got your full bar of E minor 7th. But I don't know. Let's do that middle section again. Okay, so let's try that G one more time. Like to say to you. timing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... All right, we got that? Middle section again. Try and get it right this time. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead you there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 4 bars of 8, 7, 6, 2. And then it's 'cause maybe, okay? Now I've always put the 'cause here because that's where it falls in the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's there. Now in a book you'd see it somewhere else, and that's what I'll throw you. All right, so I'll play that last line again. Because I don't know how. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Because, see, it's still on there. Because, and then it's on the C at 9 for the maybe. Because maybe. Now on this just pedals between. Let me play it first. Maybe. So C at 9, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, E minor 7, G, E minor 7. Lovely the way that works. Okay, that's all it is. C at 9, E minor. Remember, these are always pinned down. G. Let's sing it. Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me, and after all, you're my wonderwall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go over that bit, that little gap. All right. On the last, if you look at the bottom of the page, now it's important you get this right. All right. And it's easy to count. I'll do it slowly. You're my wonder. Whoa. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 bars. Okay. We played the first beat of the E minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on bar 4, we jump to our A7 sus 4, and we play 1, 2, 3, 4 with a bit of weight, and then bang straight into the next verse. All right. Should we do that one more time from the chorus? I won't sing it. I'll just play it. C at 9, E minor 7, G, E minor 7, C at 9, E minor 7, G, E minor 7, C at 9, E minor 7, G, E minor 7, C at 9, E minor 7, G, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then straight into page 4. It's exactly the same layout as as verse 2, and then we got the middle section, which is exactly the same layout as the other middle bit that we did, and then at the end of the song you've got the chorus, and on the record it fades out the way I would end if I was going to do it. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Okay, and let it, and then accept the applause with grace and a hint of smuggery. Right, Wonderwall. Remember the strumming. That's the bit that will cock you up. All right. This piece of paper, this little scribbly thing here, this innocuous bit of scribble, this is the thing that will cure most of your strumming problems. Not just with this song, but with many. Because most of the time, when you're doing a strum, let's have just a little. Say I was going to play this strum. Another, just any a bite thing. Say I was going to play a strum, it goes down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down. You'll have heard it. People tend to do this. Instead of going. my hand doing? Da, da, da. Scar, you know. You know, can you see what I mean? It's the hand movement never stops, and that's what people don't get. They listen, they hear the little bits that are poking out, and they sort of. But you watch when you, if ever you're studying these things, as in study, watching them on YouTube, playing them live, not miming where they can be jumping around because it's all pre-recorded. You'll see there'll be hand never stops moving. All right, it's important to remember that. Right, there we are, Wonderwall. I'm doing a live stream this Saturday. Well, the first Saturday, I do the first Saturday of every month. So the next one, people are watching this in 3 months' time will think I'm off my head, but because, you know, it's a different day today. But the first Saturday of every month. This Saturday is the first one in December. All right, so there'll probably be a Christmas tree behind me. Right, until then, I shall love you and leave you. Remember, work on that. Think of that strumming. Remember the arrows. They're always moving. They never stop. What else are we going to do? Any suggestions of any other songs, you're welcome to get in touch, anything you're struggling with. But as I say, the live streams are all about you being able to contact me in real time and say, hey, listen, mate, that Wonderwall thing you did, I don't, there's a bit I didn't get. And if you do it, and when I'm on my live stream, I'll go over it with you there and then live. All right? That's what the live stream is all about. Till then, thank you for the coffee fund. Thank you again to all my Patreon friends. I've put links below this video if you want to buy any merchandise. I've got a couple of albums out, one on vinyl, one on CD, and you know, the link to Patreon's there as well. But thank you all for your support. I sincerely appreciate it. Till then, see you next time.